Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
LeBron James wants the NBA to add a new award, and he's got a great point. Over the course of his remarkable 22-year NBA career, LeBron James has collected just about every accolade a player can earn. As he gears up for his 23rd season, the Los Angeles Lakers are once again hoping to make a championship run with one of the greatest to ever play the game. In today's NBA, awards and championships often shape the narrative around who deserves to be called the best. But with so many incredible players in the league, it's simply impossible for everyone to be recognized. That's part of what makes the league so exciting. Its depth of talent sparks endless debate and discussion. In a recent episode of his podcast Mind the Game, which he co-hosts with Steve Nash, LeBron floated an idea that could add even more depth to those conversations: a new award. Specifically, he proposed the NBA introduce an Offensive Player of the Year award, similar to what the NFL does. "I was thinking about how the NFL has an Offensive Player of the Year and an MVP," LeBron said. "That could work in our league too. You'd have an MVP, and you'd also recognize the most dominant offensive player. It clears things up a bit, like, okay, is the MVP the best overall player? The most valuable to his team? Maybe that's where the MVP goes. But if someone had the best offensive season statistically, they should get recognized too. And obviously, if your team didn't even come close to the playoffs, you're probably not the most valuable. But you might still be the best scorer or playmaker." It's not such a far-fetched idea. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has shown time and again that he's open to evolving the league, from introducing new tournaments to revamping the league's trophies and naming them after legends. In fact, he recently launched the Clutch Player of the Year award. So could this offensive-focused award be next? Maybe not right away. Silver has bigger priorities on the table, like expansion and entering new markets, but it's certainly something that could gain momentum. At the end of the day, giving more players a chance to be celebrated for their excellence is never a bad thing. And if anyone understands just how hard it is to win these awards, it's LeBron. He's won nearly all of them, and he's still pushing for ways to make sure others get their moment in the spotlight too. LeBron expected to join Lakers at training camp. This off-season has been busy for LeBron. He opted into his $52.6 million player option, but also raised eyebrows after Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul publicly questioned whether the Lakers could truly compete. Despite the noise, it looks like LeBron will be staying in Los Angeles for at least one more run. He's expected to be with the Lakers when training camp kicks off, marking his 23rd NBA season, and his 8th in purple and gold. Since LeBron James made his suggestion public, the idea of introducing an Offensive Player of the Year award has sparked widespread discussion in the basketball community. Players, analysts, and fans have all weighed in, many agreeing that the NBA could benefit from an award that specifically honors offensive excellence, separate from the broader criteria used for the MVP. One of the recurring points in this debate is how the MVP award often becomes a blend of individual brilliance and team success, leaving some of the league's most talented offensive players overlooked if their teams don't perform at the highest level. With an Offensive Player of the Year award, players who lead the league in scoring, assists, or offensive efficiency could finally be recognized in a more focused way. This proposal isn't without precedent. Other leagues, like the NFL, already differentiate between MVP and offensive standouts, allowing for a more nuanced view of individual performance. LeBron's idea would follow that model, potentially creating space for players who dominate offensively, even if their teams aren't among the top seeds, to receive deserved recognition. The reaction across the league has been largely positive. Many see it as a natural evolution in how performance is measured and celebrated in a league that continues to grow in talent and complexity. Former players and analysts have highlighted how such an award might have changed past MVP outcomes or brought additional recognition to players who were consistently elite scorers but fell short in team success. From a league perspective, Commissioner Adam Silver has already demonstrated an openness to change. In recent years, he introduced the Clutch Player of the Year award and revamped the design and naming of existing trophies, tying them to the game's history. While the NBA is currently focused on major projects like league expansion and negotiating future media rights, proposals like LeBron's tend to gain momentum over time, especially when supported by respected voices within the game. For LeBron, who has received nearly every major award the NBA offers, the push isn't about personal gain. Rather, it reflects his ongoing commitment to shaping the league's future in ways that uplift others. By advocating for more ways to honor great players, he's opening doors for rising stars to be celebrated for their unique strengths. As the Lakers prepare for the new season, and LeBron enters his 23rd year in the NBA, his impact clearly extends far beyond the stat sheet. Whether or not the league acts on his suggestion immediately, the conversation has already started, and it's one that could influence how excellence is defined and rewarded for years to come. Luka Doncic wants to be remembered for bringing championships to the Lakers. One of the biggest storylines surrounding the Los Angeles Lakers this offseason is the future of Luka Doncic. The team is expected to offer him a contract extension as soon as he becomes eligible in August, an opportunity that could define the next era of Lakers basketball. When LA traded for Doncic back in February, there were no guarantees he would commit long-term. But now, the tone is shifting. The Lakers remain optimistic. Behind closed doors, there's a strong belief that Doncic will sign the extension and anchor the franchise for years to come. Still, nothing is official until pen meets paper, and in this league, nothing is ever certain. The organization is in a period of major transition. Beyond shifting from the LeBron James era to the Doncic era, there's also a monumental change in ownership on the horizon. Mark Walter is expected to take over controlling interest from the Buss family later this year, a move that could reshape the direction of the franchise. Doncic, for his part, has voiced excitement about the change in leadership. That enthusiasm may be fueling the growing confidence that he'll re-sign, even though the front office hasn't made many splashy moves this summer. According to reports, Lakers GM Rob Pelinka laid out a clear vision to Doncic early in the offseason, one that included the acquisitions of DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart. Doncic not only bought into the plan but was reportedly involved in recruiting Smart himself. In a recent video posted on the Lakers' official YouTube channel, Doncic was asked what kind of legacy he hopes to build in Los Angeles. His answer was simple, but powerful. The guy who brought championships to the city, for sure. That's exactly the kind of mindset the Lakers thrive on. For decades, the organization has measured success by banners, not just box scores, and Doncic seems eager to write his own chapter in that legacy. The Lakers were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs last season, and they still have a lot of ground to cover if they want to return to title contention. But with a 26-year-old superstar like Doncic leading the charge, the foundation is already stronger than most teams can dream of. Luka Doncic embraces playing alongside LeBron James. LeBron James' future in the NBA remains uncertain. At 40 years old, every season could be his last, but for now, he's still on the court, and still performing at an elite level. Doncic, through his representatives, has made it clear that he holds deep respect for LeBron and genuinely enjoys sharing the court with him. If the Lakers are going to chase another championship in the near term, it will be Doncic and James carrying that weight together. And despite the noise and uncertainty swirling around the franchise, the two stars seem completely aligned in their goals. That's no small thing. In a season full of questions, having your cornerstone player committed to winning, and embracing the pressure that comes with playing in Los Angeles, is exactly the kind of energy the Lakers need. Luka doesn't just want to play for the Lakers. He wants to build something legendary. Since Luka Doncic publicly shared his desire to bring championships to Los Angeles, the Lakers have entered a defining moment, one that could shape the next decade of the franchise. With Doncic eligible for a contract extension in August, internal discussions have already begun. While there's no formal agreement yet, the Lakers remain confident that Luka will commit long-term. His focus this summer has been divided, with national team responsibilities occupying much of his time, but both sides understand the weight of the decision. The Lakers have also undergone a significant shift behind the scenes. The recent transfer of controlling ownership to Mark Walter marks the end of the Buss family's leadership era. For Doncic, the new ownership has been a positive development. He's expressed optimism about the direction of the franchise, and many within the organization believe that the fresh leadership could be key in convincing him to stay. Luka's involvement in team building has already been visible. He played an active role in recruiting veteran guard Marcus Smart and was reportedly aligned with the Lakers' strategy to bring in DeAndre Ayton to strengthen the core. It's clear he's not just looking to play in LA, he's looking to lead. The fan response to Doncic's presence has been overwhelmingly enthusiastic. His competitive fire and straightforward commitment to winning have energized a fan base eager for a new chapter. While some uncertainty still surrounds his extension, his comments about legacy, wanting to be remembered as the player who brought championships to Los Angeles, have struck a chord across the league. However, the path forward isn't without challenges. Some analysts have noted that Doncic is watching how the Lakers handle the transition away from LeBron James. The treatment of the veteran star could influence how Luka perceives the organization's long-term loyalty and professionalism. The message is clear: for Doncic to stay and lead, the franchise must prove it's built for sustained success and built to support its stars. Even outside the NBA, Luka's arrival in Los Angeles has made waves. His trade to the Lakers was seen as a bold move, one that raised expectations across sports. Within basketball circles, many are watching closely to see whether the Lakers can turn this new era into another dynasty. What's certain is that Luka Doncic has embraced the pressure. He's made his intentions clear. He wants to win. He wants to lead. And he wants to be remembered not just as a great player, but as the one who brought banners back to the rafters in purple and gold. As the off-season continues and the contract extension window opens, all eyes remain on Doncic. Whether or not he signs right away, one thing is undeniable: his presence has already changed the tone in Los Angeles. And if his ambition aligns with the organization's vision, the Lakers could be entering one of the most promising chapters in their storied history. Shaq Milton waived ahead of contract guarantee date. The Los Angeles Lakers had until July 20th to decide whether to fully guarantee Shaq Milton's $3 million contract for the 2025-26 season. From the beginning, the writing was on the wall: Milton was unlikely to return, whether through being waived to free up cap space under the first apron or by being included in a potential trade. It's unusual for a contract guarantee date to fall on July 20th. These deadlines typically happen at the start of the league year, on opening night, or sometime mid-season. But in this case, the later date gave the Lakers a valuable window, the flexibility to explore trade options before making a final decision. Ultimately, the Lakers couldn't find a trade partner. And according to reports, they've decided to bring in veteran guard Marcus Smart, who became a free agent after being waived by the Washington Wizards. To sign Smart using the $5 million biannual exception BA, the Lakers needed to create space, and that meant parting ways with Milton. As reported by ESPN's Shams Charania, Milton is being waived to clear that room. Before this move, the Lakers were less than $1 million below the first apron cap limit. By waiving Milton, they now have around $3.9 million in cap space, enough to offer Smart the full BA. However, if Smart does receive the full amount, another roster or salary adjustment will still be necessary to make the math work. Milton didn't see much playing time with the Lakers after arriving in the trade that sent D'Angelo Russell to the Brooklyn Nets and brought Dorian Finney-Smith to LA. And with a crowded backcourt already featuring ball-dominant guards like Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, not to mention Gabe Vincent and the potential rise of Bronny James, Milton's role on the roster became increasingly redundant. Unfortunately, this timing isn't ideal for Milton. Entering free agency this late in the offseason puts him at a disadvantage, with many teams having already filled out their rosters for 2025-26. LeBron James expected to stay with Lakers. The biggest question mark for the Lakers this offseason has centered on LeBron James. Though he picked up his $52.6 million player option for the upcoming season, a carefully worded statement that followed stirred speculation about his long-term future. LeBron has made it clear, he wants to compete for a title. Whether the Lakers can build a roster capable of doing that remains to be seen. But despite the questions, the expectation is that LeBron will remain in purple and gold when training camp tips off in a few months. A strategic move, depth, defense, and cap flexibility. With Shaq Milton officially waived, the Lakers have cleared roughly $3 million in cap space, a calculated move that opens the door for a more impactful signing. Their target, Marcus Smart, a proven defensive anchor and seasoned veteran. After being released by the Washington Wizards, Smart agreed to join Los Angeles on a 2-year deal worth around $11 million, reinforcing the Lakers' backcourt with grit, leadership, and championship experience. Smart's arrival marks a clear shift in the Lakers' roster strategy. Rather than doubling down on offensive firepower, they're investing in defensive stability, positional versatility, and playoff-tested mentality. His presence is expected to strengthen the team's perimeter defense and provide invaluable support to both Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, who are projected to start alongside him. Reactions and roster implications. The move has stirred conversation around the league. Analysts see this as a sign that the Lakers are pivoting toward a more balanced roster structure. Waiving Milton wasn't just about clearing space, it was about making room for a player who brings more immediate value to the team system. That said, there's more work ahead. With Milton gone and Marcus Smart set to earn the full biannual exception, the Lakers may still need to make an additional roster move to fully accommodate the new contract within the constraints of the first apron cap. Jordan Goodwin is rumored to be the next candidate for release or inclusion in a trade package. Milton's late entry into free agency also raises concerns about his next steps. With many teams having already filled their rosters, opportunities may be limited, a tough break for a player still capable of contributing in the right situation. LeBron James and the bigger picture. LeBron James remains the central figure in the Lakers' plans. Despite ongoing speculation about his future, he exercised his $52.6 million player option and is expected to remain with the team for the 2025-26 season. While he has expressed uncertainty about the team's ability to contend for a title, there's no indication of a trade or buyout on the horizon. Internally, the Lakers are shifting toward a new identity built around Luka Doncic. With head coach J.J. Redick and GM Rob Pelinka crafting a roster that blends youth, veteran presence, and defensive identity, the team is positioning itself for long-term success, with or without a championship run this season. What comes next? Now that Smart is set to join and Milton is off the books, the Lakers' next steps will be crucial. They'll need to finalize the last roster spots while staying under the cap. Possibly move or waive another guard, such as Goodwin. Look for cost-effective front-court reinforcements. And most importantly, build chemistry between their new core, Luka, LeBron, Smart, and Reeves. Training camp is just a few months away, and expectations are building. The Lakers aren't just retooling, they're redefining their identity. And while moves like waiving Shaq Milton might seem minor on the surface, they're part of a broader strategy aimed at returning the franchise to serious contention. Luka Doncic played key role in recruiting Marcus Smart to the Lakers. It's no secret the Los Angeles Lakers have been searching for a tough, reliable perimeter defender, someone who could bring grit, leadership, and high-level two-way impact. Now, they may have found exactly what they needed. According to reports, the Lakers have agreed to a 2-year deal with Marcus Smart after he was bought out by the Washington Wizards. It's a bold move. Smart has missed significant time due to injuries over the past 2 seasons, but it's one that could pay off in a big way if he returns anywhere close to his former Defensive Player of the Year form. And it turns out this signing didn't happen on its own. According to NBA insider Mark Stein, Luka Doncic played a personal role in bringing Smart to LA, actively recruiting him and making a strong pitch to help seal the deal. With the Lakers fully committed to building around Doncic going forward, it's no surprise they're targeting players the Slovenian superstar trusts and wants to play with. They did the same with DeAndre Ayton, another recent addition who shares an agency with Doncic and is known to be one of his preferred teammates. In Marcus Smart, the Lakers aren't just getting a defender, they're getting a culture setter, a fighter, a floor general, someone who's been in the battles, who knows what it takes to win, and who can guard positions 1 through 3 on any given night. If healthy, Smart could easily slide into the starting lineup, joining Doncic, Ayton, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves to form one of the more balanced and versatile lineups in the West. Of course, questions remain. Smart has only appeared in 54 games over the past 2 seasons, and his body has taken a beating over the years. But the upside is undeniable. If he can bring even 80% of his peak defensive energy, this signing becomes an absolute steal for Los Angeles. The move is already making waves around the league, and it's caught the attention of a Lakers legend. Shaquille O'Neal recently said he sees the Lakers as one of the top 4 teams in the West, even before the Smart deal was finalized. OKC is coming off a championship. They're going to be riding high, they know what it takes to win. Denver is still going to be right there. But if you've got 8 playoff spots, the Lakers have to be one of them. Hopefully, they get some home court advantage, said Shaq. Adding Marcus Smart only strengthens that belief. This isn't just about plugging a defensive gap, it's about identity. It's about toughness. And it's about a front office finally aligning its roster with the vision and voice of its new franchise cornerstone, Luka Doncic. And if Smart stays healthy, the Lakers might just be getting more than a defender, they might be getting their missing piece. The signing of Marcus Smart doesn't just bolster the Lakers' defense, it reshapes the team's personality. For years, The Lakers have relied on offensive firepower and star-driven narratives. But with Doncic now at the helm, and Smart by his side, this team is starting to reflect a different kind of identity, one built around toughness, leadership, and accountability on both ends of the court. Smart's voice in the locker room will be invaluable, especially as the team prepares for the inevitable post-LeBron era. While James remains a central piece of the puzzle, the front office is clearly building with an eye toward longevity, anchoring the roster with high IQ, high-effort veterans who can help elevate younger talent and take pressure off Doncic when it matters most. There's also growing speculation around how this move could affect the rest of the Western Conference. Rival GMs reportedly took notice of Smart's decision to join Los Angeles, especially given that several contending teams, including the Bucks, Heat, and Timberwolves, had quietly expressed interest in the veteran guard. The fact that Smart chose the Lakers speaks volumes about Doncic's influence and the growing appeal of LA's new core. Internally, the Lakers are confident that Smart's presence will do more than just plug a defensive hole. They believe he can be a culture builder, someone who pushes Doncic to new heights, leads by example in film rooms and practice sessions, and steps up in big moments when the game is on the line. It's also worth noting that Smart has long been one of the league's most respected playoff performers. Even when he's not scoring, his hustle, physicality, and instincts change games. That kind of presence can swing a playoff series, and the Lakers know it. Pairing that with Ayton, who is looking to rejuvenate his career in a system where he won't be asked to carry the offensive burden, creates an intriguing front-court-backcourt balance. Ayton will protect the paint. Smart will pressure the ball. And Doncic? He'll orchestrate everything in between. Fans are already buzzing about the potential starting five: Doncic, Smart, Reeves, LeBron, and Ayton. It's a group with length, shooting, defensive upside, and above all, playoff experience. Even Lakers insiders are acknowledging what a pivot this move represents. According to team sources, this is part of a broader strategy to become more Donic-centric, surrounding their new franchise cornerstone with a type of players who complement his game, both on the stat sheet and in the locker room. And the ripple effects might not stop here. The Lakers are still exploring additional signings, with rumors linking them to a veteran wing or a stretch big. If Smart settles in well and helps re-establish a gritty defensive-minded tone in Los Angeles, it could signal a new chapter for a franchise that has long chased big names but now seems focused on building something deeper, more sustainable. This isn't just about Marcus Smart fitting in. It's about setting a new tone. One that could change the trajectory of the franchise, and maybe even the Western Conference. Marcus Smart is a Laker. Here's what you need to know about LA's latest big move. The Los Angeles Lakers are making waves once again this offseason. After locking in DeAndre Ayton, GM Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office are finalizing another key signing. Marcus Smart is headed to Hollywood, and his arrival brings a massive boost to the team's perimeter defense and overall grit. The contract details. According to NBA insider Shams Charania, Smart has agreed to a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Lakers. The contract will become official as soon as he clears waivers following a buyout with the Washington Wizards. Smart, 30, landed in D.C. this past February after being traded from the Memphis Grizzlies, a brief stop that never quite clicked. Now, after parting ways with the Wizards, he gets a fresh start in L.A. on a roster that fits his identity like a glove. A return to the big stage. This isn't just another free agent signing. It's a homecoming of sorts, for a player who belongs under the league's brightest lights. Drafted 6th overall in 2014 by the Boston Celtics, Smart spent 9 memorable seasons with the franchise, earning Defensive Player of the Year honors in 2022 and solidifying his reputation as one of the league's most tenacious and respected defenders. After a rocky year in Memphis, this move to LA could be just the reset he needs to reignite his impact. And the Lakers? They're getting a battle-tested veteran who's made a career out of doing the dirty work, locking up elite scorers, and showing up when it matters most. Fixing a long-standing problem. Let's face it, defense has been the Lakers' Achilles heel in recent seasons. While Anthony Davis has carried the load in the paint, the team has lacked a consistent secondary defensive presence, especially at the guard and wing positions. The February departure of Mo Bamba left Davis to anchor the interior almost single-handedly, and while Jackson Hayes filled minutes, the team was clearly missing a defensive identity. Signing Ayton earlier this offseason helped solidify the frontcourt, but the perimeter remained a major concern. That's where Smart comes in. Though only 6 feet 3 inches, Marcus Smart defends like someone 6 inches taller. He's built like a linebacker, plays with relentless energy, and thrives on guarding players far bigger than himself. His versatility, physicality, and high basketball IQ will give the Lakers a huge lift, particularly during second-half stretches when the team has often struggled to maintain momentum. More than just defense. Smart brings more than hustle and grit. He's a vocal leader, a proven playmaker, and has a knack for big moments. Offensively, he's not afraid to drive into traffic, create off the dribble, or hit the occasional big shot. He may not light up the scoreboard every night, but his presence changes the rhythm of the game, especially in the kind of grinded-out playoff battles where championships are decided. What's next for the Lakers? The buzz around Smart's signing is only growing, and Lakers fans have every reason to be excited. With Smart, Ayton, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic, whose arrival the franchise is now building around, this team is taking shape as a powerful mix of veteran toughness, elite talent, and defensive edge. As the team wraps up Summer League action, with Bronny James sidelined and a narrow loss to Denver in the rearview mirror, attention now turns to how this new-look roster will gel heading into training camp. One thing is clear, Rob Pelinka isn't done building. And with Smart now in the fold, the Lakers are sending a message. They're serious about competing now, and they're doing it with players who bring heart, hustle, and championship habits.